before love came and grabbed me. Never thought I'd see the sun again. Without no hesitation, you became my resurrection. Oh, the light that came shining in. Now I've got beauty for ashes, and I've got joy for mourning, and I've got praise for heaviness. Love is a miracle. I've got beauty for ashes, and I've got joy for mourning, and I've got praise for heaviness. Love is a miracle. This is more than religion. Glad I made my decision. Hope reversed the curse I was walking in. Now I'm dancing out my grave clothes. You keep leading, now I follow. You gave a light that the darkness can't comprehend. Now I've got beauty for ashes, and I've got joy for mourning, and I've got praise for heaviness. Love is a miracle. I've got beauty for ashes, I've got joy for mourning, and I've got praise for heaviness. Love is a miracle. I remember the voice that called me. I remember when my heart said yes. I will never forget that morning you were singing over me. I remember the voice that called me. I remember when my heart said yes. I will never forget that morning you were singing over me. Yeah, you were singing over me. I've got freedom and I'm dancing. Love is a miracle.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful Sunday and wonderful weekend. This weekend, we were actually back in our hometown in northwest Wisconsin, and on Friday evening, there was a bit of a shower, just a brief little shower that rolled through, and it was immediately followed by some rays of sunshine. Suddenly, we looked up, and we saw not one, but two rainbows. Without a doubt, the brightest and most defined rainbows I've ever seen. So we turned our kids' attention to them. We took all sorts of pictures. It was just like an amazing sight. Many, if not most of us, are familiar with the story of Noah and his ark, during which the entire earth is said to have been flooded. Once the flood recedes, God sends the first rainbow as a sign that God will never destroy the earth again. Or so the story goes. It's a miraculous story, and a story that to modern ears sounds a little absurd. A worldwide flood? A rainbow as a sign from God? Come on. We know scientifically that rainbows are formed when light refracts and reflects through water droplets. Their appearance is not only explainable, but it's often predictable. What is a sensible modern person supposed to do with miracles? This month we've been in the midst of a series called It Takes All Kinds, and we've been looking at a list of spiritual gifts in the passage 1 Corinthians 12. Here's how it goes. Now there are varieties of gifts, but the same Spirit. And there are varieties of services, but the same Lord. And there are varieties of activities, but it's the same God who activates all of them in everyone. To each of us is given the manifestation of the Spirit for our common good. To one is given through the Spirit the utterance of wisdom, and to another the utterance of knowledge according to the same Spirit, to another faith by the same Spirit, to another gifts of healing by the same Spirit, and to another the working of miracles. So let's talk about that gift of the working of miracles. If we decide that miracles if we define the miracles as performing acts that are beyond the scope of science and reason and experience, I gotta be honest, I'm often not sure what to do with that. Even as a pastor, I find it difficult to wrestle with traditional miracles like people being healed and walking on water and even rainbows after worldwide floods. It's not to say those things can't happen, but it gets a little bit more tricky when there's so much evidence of when it doesn't happen. But what if we were to tweak the definition just a bit? What if miracles were the grace of God showing up in unexpected ways and unexpected people? That doesn't necessarily exclude a belief in healing or conquering natural elements. Instead, it's actually more expansive to include love and positivity and presence and bridge building, all things we've been trained not to expect, whose advocacy can sometimes seem just as naive as walking on water. Maybe that seems way too simple and monotonous, but you know those people, don't you? Or maybe you are one of those people, aren't you? People with the gift for interrupting the world as we've come to expect with tangible examples of God's grace. The miracle of Noah's Ark wasn't a worldwide flood or the very first rainbow. The miracle of Noah's Ark was the word that God is in the business of love and life and beauty, not retribution and death and decay. So enjoy those rainbows when you see them and share them with others. Light refractions and reflections that interrupt our days with a creative beauty that only the grace of God could convey.
are standing in your glory. You are here, you are holy. We are standing in your glory. You are here, you are holy. We are standing in your glory, Lord. Our deliverer, you are Savior. In your presence we find our strength. Over everything, our redemption, God, with us. Our deliverer, you are Savior. In your presence we find our strength. Over everything, our redemption, God, with us. You are God with us. You are God with us. You are God with us. God, we thank you for uniting us, even as separate as we are these days. Sometimes we feel your presence, sometimes we don't, but help us trust that you are the good, benevolent, loving, grace-filled thing, this energy that binds us all together and keeps us moving forward into hope. God, thank you for staying steady with us. Help us find your rhythm and move forward in that with you together. Amen.
Hey friends, again, we're so happy that you joined us this evening. As a church, we seek to grow goodness, and so we hope that every interaction that you have had with us, whether in person or online, is deepening your sense of curiosity and awe. Now, as we go this evening, I leave you with 3 things in 1 minute, the 3 most important things for you to know this week. Number 1, partner gathering. Mark your calendars, July 11th at 5 p.m. We'll gather at the Cottage Grove location talking about all that it takes in the months ahead for us to get ready to launch this brand new work in Cottage Grove. You might already be committed to this work. You might just be curious about it. You might have questions about it. We'd encourage you to come out anyways and get to know other people who are committed, hear more about the project and how you might participate going forward. Number 2, painting. We are working to get the space ready. We're working to get the building ready to invite people in beginning this fall, and we are painting the worship center this week. If you have a spiritual gift of painting and you have time this week, you can sign up the link below to help to begin transforming that space and getting it ready for new people. And number 3, giving. God has blessed us with so much, and giving is an opportunity to share that blessing with others. You can give directly on our website or even on Venmo at the Grove CG Church. Now, as we go, may you see God's grace even in the smallest of things, even in rainbows.